evening. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your SPDR ETF stock market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for a correction day on this Thursday, November 6th, 2025. Interesting time. You know, one of the things we were looking for, I don't know if you'll recall this, I said that somewhere, and I was expecting it would be the beginning of November, there would be opportunities starting to show themselves to get long the market. I was early, no question, a little early. Today's the 6th. The breaks are happening in the markets as a whole right now. I don't think I'll be that wrong that this is the month you're going to look at and say, okay, we'll get that year-end rally, but from a lower point. Why? Because you kept rallying in September and October when normally the market stalls out. You then went up for a peak. You've gotten the information that maybe Trump's going to lose on the tariff situation. We're seeing other parts of the economy. You saw today's the Challenger Gray number, 154,000 planned job cuts just happening. It's not the biggest number of the year, by the way. We had a number that was, I think, January, February, that was even higher than that. But you're starting to see that impact. You're seeing the AI impact. You're seeing where AI is able to take some jobs away. We haven't gotten to the point yet where they replace those jobs with other types of jobs. You're early in the cycle. Next part, not everything in AI is going to make money. There's like anything else. There's going to be winners. There's going to be losers. Number 3, you have a two-part market. You have a market that has been run up by the artificial intelligence stocks. That could be the hardware makers, the software, and then you've got the rest of the world. And the rest of the world hasn't been doing that well. So you see that. You see that the Democrats made big headway. 2 governors. Now they've got a mayor that's running New York. A bit of a change taking place there. And the market's not liking what it's seen. It looked at valuations come in, and companies that are even hitting their numbers are suddenly, you're wondering, why are they even lower? That doesn't mean that some that really beat don't get a rally. There's always an exception to the rule, but that seems to be right now what's going on. Another thing I think we want to look at, let's see if I can get this to come up, and it should. There we go. This was the Challenger Gray that came out this morning, and it was the 153,000 roughly jobs, and they were driven by technology, warehouse sector losses. Tesla, more than 75% of the voters that voted came in and got behind Elon Musk as they should have. And now the question is, can he build robots the way that you think? Tonight, I spent about 15 minutes watching a video that one of my buddies sent me. I won't even give you the name of the app because it's sort of foul. It's on Reddit, by the way, too. And you watch this robot walk as you normally would. Then they stop it. They hold the robot, and they cut away what's around the leg that makes it look like a human form, and it's all metal, not a person, a robot, and then it walks again. So we are getting to the close where the Terminator is going to really happen. I know it sounds crazy. It's true. This is what Elon Musk is betting on. And he's betting that you're going to be able to buy these robots. Let's assume they're $30,000 a piece, whatever his number is, that they're going to sell in the thousands to do certain tasks over a certain period of time. Do I think he'll meet his time goal? No. Do I think he'll meet the goal of accomplishing what he wants, just like he did with electric cars? Yes. Do I think it'll be a surprise to people? Yes. And do I think it'll be a real change? Yes. If you don't believe any of those yeses, this is not a stock to own. If you believe them, there is no value to the stock. Think back, I don't know, 10 years ago, Tesla. Okay, ideas, thoughts, when it was just starting out and where it's at $490. It just gives you an idea. Tomorrow we do get the University of Michigan, the preliminary consumer sentiment numbers at 9 o'clock. They're expecting a 53 versus the October 53.6. And in the afternoon, we're going to get consumer credit. They're looking for it to swell to 10 billion. You're only up 0.4 billion, 400 million, basically. When we took a look last time. I don't know why it's swelling so much, but that's what the market is looking for. So let's take a look and see what we've got. And as we go through it, you can see Copex was up. You're up a little in GDX, not very much, but the gold itself was down. Tesla down in front of the vote, but after the vote, the market popped again. Lilly up another $11 today. USO oil was down. NVDA was down another $7. I think it was CarMax that today got rid of their CEO, replacing it with another one. We've got Amazon, which I've been wanting to see it come back to earth, and it is. Still can't get a bid in the video where the market is trying to figure out where's a real bottom. And you're backing off a little bit in Apple right now. Now, SoFi. Today it got hit pretty darn good. You're looking at a market down 7.5%. What has the pattern been? Bearish. We've had the lower highs, the lower and low. It's been right in front of us. The market stopped not today, but yesterday against the 18-day average. Tried to rally today. It couldn't succeed in taking out the highs of 2 days ago. And with that, when it started down, it never looked back. It just kept coming down. Where could it go? Well, I'm looking for a low somewhere between the 18-day average, which it's under right now, the lower Bollinger Band. You'd have to get a lot of really bad news to get it down into the 24 level, which is the 100-day average of closes. So I'm happy to see this break. Now the question is, when and will it deliver to us a buy condition? Momentum down, bias down in the market. We then look at Reddit. Keeps coming down. I started watching Reddit when I saw everybody on CNBC bullish, and this was maybe a week ago. That's about it. And I'm going, why are they all so bullish? And I'm looking at the stock, and I said, I don't agree. You've hit the Bollinger Band once, now twice. If you can't carry, it's going to surprise people, and it has. Right back down, coming here. If there's no follow-through down here, then you're forming a base in this area. Right now, there's nothing to trade on it. Higher high, lower low, going from the upper Bollinger Band to the lower, and doing it in rapid succession from here, next day up. After that, 2 days later, you're back to that band. Just a lot of money doing this in the market. Dutch Brothers, I know that one of you is always in love with it. I don't know what you're in love with. The coffee's not tasting so good to me. The market's down to the 51.80 area. It is oversold, but it's just not one of those companies right now. It doesn't matter Kava. It doesn't matter if it's Starbucks. It doesn't matter if it's Chipotle. Right now, the consumer is nervous. And that consumer isn't thinking about $6, $7 cups of coffee. You might believe that. I wish you the best with it. I know that I'm not seeing it, all right? And all you need to do is read the newspapers, read the facts, and you start seeing what the consumer is doing. Roku came up. It's fighting at the upper Bollinger Band. The trend is up, but the bias is down. Could the market sink more? It could. It could go back to the 18-day average. The question is, how well does it hold right now? I'm not yet ready to pull the trigger on it for my subscribers. In Netflix, as I said, we're coming down looking, I think, for a bottom. But as long as you're embedded, until you lose it with the red line closing over the number 21, you don't dare pick your bottom, because the market's still, if there are surprises, they're probably to the downside, not the upside, is the way that I'd look at that. In Uber, all you did is rally yesterday back to the 18-day average. Now you've fallen back to the lower Bollinger Band. You're in a temporary downtrend. The company, I think, is in solid area, but it seems to want to trade between the lower Bollinger Band to the upper band and back down. It's been doing this fairly regularly if you take a look at what it's been doing, and it hasn't gone anywhere. If you think that's a big move that you've made, up or down, you are wrong. It's just been churning itself. It's more of a trading stock than an investing stock right now. Tesla, as I said, down. Now tomorrow's a big test. Does the market have the guts to go through these highs and just say yes, yes, yes to Elon? Or is it realistic and it says, okay, he's got his pay package, now can he perform? He's got control. Can he use it and get accomplished what he has to get accomplished? By all manners, that's it. But the market's already built in a pretty big number here at 445. The question is, no one knows how to value Tesla. No one. It's very difficult. Joby, the electric planes, still coming down, not ready for a buy. Wait, the market will tell you when that all happens. I think it will, at least. When I look at the financial service sector, you keep coming up to the 18-day average, and I think I'm a broken record in saying this because I haven't told my clients, I can tell you that they should be buying this. I said it keeps failing against that. When I see the change, I'm ready for it. Get yourself up and over. In fact, the highs of Wednesday on a close, you'd be over also the 100-day average. You'd then change the pattern of the market, but you haven't yet. So there's no need to have buy stops there. You wait. I'd rather chase the market in this environment a little bit than be the leader and the guy trying to catch the falling knife. If you take a look at XLI, again, fighting its battle at the 18-day average. It tries and tries and tries. It can't go up, and it really can't go down very much. It is like some of the other stocks I've been telling you with. They're spinning in here, and if you're in them and you're wondering, gee, I keep seeing the averages had been making high upon high. Why isn't my portfolio going? You're looking at some of the reasons why. When we come to the energy sector, you're now up to the upper Bollinger Band. You're not overbought, but you're not trending. You have a lower and low, higher high. I have no idea what to do with that. In the gold market, some event will come alive to make it spin back up. I don't think it's going back up here. I think you're a long way from going back up to 398. It would take some event. I don't know what the event is. Could the event be the Supreme Court against the president? Maybe. But I keep reading that the president has many other ways after that, if that goes against him, to put these tariffs right back on that the court can't change. I don't know how to judge that yet. We have to keep reading. And I doubt that the court is in a hurry to give you an answer anyways. Palantir had been on a phenomenal run up. Stock had gone from roughly 167 or so all the way up here, went up to nearly about $30, $40 higher, and now it's giving that back. Okay, I don't look for it to go much below here. So you're hearing me say over and over, I'm not looking for things to go much below certain numbers. That doesn't mean I'm ready to tell my subscribers buy. It is telling me that this thrust might be it before the end of the year, and then the market starts its normal move up. What about Microsoft? This was a $553 stock just recently. You're back down now to what, the 495 area? Giving up a big chunk, 10% or so. Then we come to BND and TLT. They rallied today. The bad news, the stock market break, made traders buy BND and TLT. We look at the dollar broke, and if it broke, it meant that the FXC up. And remember, we were just talking the past 2 nights. You've been running the band. Is this enough for it here? And is that enough for it on the upside to begin the correction? I can't answer that it is, but I can tell you, I'd be very careful here. You lose this embedded bullish reading, you got a problem, and you lose the bearish reading here, you have the same problem. So they're both on the cusp of doing that. I want to remind you, you keep hearing me talk what I talk to about my subscribers, because I put out a morning subscriber video. I intentionally begin recording 30 minutes after the market's open. I'm not interested in the first 30 minutes of trade. The reason is, as you know, many markets can trade overnight. The market has to decide, did the market do the right thing, the wrong thing? And it's why you get gaps on openings often, because some news will come out in there. I let that first half hour go by. After that is when I start saying, I think you do this, I think you do this. It's not just education, it's real trades. It's special reports behind them. Buy here, sell there, here's the stop. Each trade is covered from beginning to end. So if I say buy it and you ended up being long until you're out with a profit and or a loss, we follow that trade right on through. How do you get this? You go to iraepstein.com under the word research. You can also call my staff. They'll take care of you. I'm Ira. You have yourself a great evening. I'll catch up with you all in the other videos tonight or first thing in the morning. You take care.